Okay, hi, I think we're live. This is Aspire to Inspire, episode 19, and today we have Crizzly with us. Hi.
19. That's my favorite number.
It is.
Yeah.
That's cool. So this is good luck. This is a
Yes.
good omen already. Okay, Crizzly will be talking to us about the sacrifices he's made for his music career, overcoming fear and doubt, and his desire to maintain integrity as an artist and as a person. If you have any questions, hashtag ATI Live on Twitter, and we'll get to them at the end of the show. So tweet throughout the stream any questions you have. Okay, so hi, nice to meet you.
How's it going?
Good. For all the viewers, we were just talking about how he looks so chic in his black and white, so we're going to keep him that way because
All black everything.
yeah, it's your aura, which is all black everything. I listened to it today, and I kept listening to it. That's like one of my faves.
Nice. Thank you.
So yeah, that was I like that one a lot. So you're from Texas. Let's just start at the beginning. How old are you?
24.
24.
But I still get stopped at airport. They're like, "Are you old enough to fly? Are you okay?"
No way.
Yeah.
Flying, you have to be like 12, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been stopped. They're like, "Wait a second. Are you old enough to be on the exit row?" And I'm like,
Wow.
"Yeah, I'm old enough." Yeah. I get that a lot, but yeah, I'm actually 24. Everyone thinks I'm like 19.
Okay, well, you're from Texas.
Yeah.
How's
Born
that?
and raised.
Born and raised. Okay, where in Texas?
I was born in Harlingen, and then I grew up in San Antonio, or outside of San Antonio, and now I'm in Austin. So, oh hey, I just got a phone call from Jibs.
From Jibs. You have street cred.
Yeah, I can be like Skrillex, like when you got a call from Marshmello, but I got a call from Jibs. I don't know if you saw that.
I think I do. That's really cool, and I appreciate you showing us that legitimacy.
No.
Okay, so did Texas influence your music? Does it, or if it doesn't, why?
Oh yeah, totally. Like Southern hip hop is like all I grew up listening to. Really, because it was on the radio a lot. Like hip hop was blowing up in like the early 2000s, and like just kind of crunk music and like screwed up music was all part of Texas. Like it's a huge scene out in Houston especially, and yeah, growing up around rap is like basically what influenced me.
Cool. So that's obviously a huge part of your music. So the radio stations are probably really tight there, right? So it wasn't hard.
Not at all. Actually, yeah.
To get your music. Sometimes, I don't know, if you live in not the greatest town, you got to seek out your music. But for you, was it pretty easy to always be listening to new stuff, or did you feel like you were seeking out?
No, I definitely had to seek out a lot of stuff. Like the radio here kind of sucks because it's Clear Channel. Like Clear Channel originated in San Antonio, so it's just like a bunch of billboard stuff, to start with. But I mean, like I said, at the time in 2000s, like hip hop was the biggest thing for a while, and so I heard a lot of that. And then yeah, I was actually talking to my friends about this the other day. Like the main reason like why I started looking up new music was like through this app called Yahoo Music Engine, and it was basically based off like the same type of model that Apple Music is doing like right now, which is just like subscription music services to where you can just listen to any music you want and download it and listen to it all the time. And that's what I used to do when I was like growing up. But like, this was like 15 years ago is like when it first was coming out, like kind of just like how like LimeWire was coming out and Napster, I guess. Just like having the internet and being able to just download music whenever you want is like that. I feel like that creates a scene too, or like at least like creates genres and creates just like a culture. Like because I was discovering so much music. That's when I discovered like Diplo when he was working with MIA and like all this other random stuff that I don't think I'd ever would have been exposed to coming from Texas. I mean, yeah.
That's awesome. The
Mhm.
online community was like bustling too. I feel like that's what you were getting at as well with Napster and LimeWire and stuff, like
Yeah.
forums for sharing music.
Yeah, there was a lot of forums for sharing music. Like a lot of my homies from Austin were on dubstep forums from the beginning and like being like innovators in the scene, even though it was just like across the world, but it was all through this like forum. And yeah, the Austin dubstep scene got big through that, thanks to that type of stuff. And there's always been like a huge dubstep scene in Austin, and yeah, we still feel it today. Like people still love dubstep down here.
Cool. That's cool. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Next time I want to listen to dubstep. So your DJing, how did that begin? You're a wedding DJ, do I hear?
Yeah, wedding DJ.
Cool.
I started off with my school dances. I was trying to mix like Sunglasses Night with AC/DC. That's kind of what I started with, and then like threw in some like Cupid Shuffle on the side.
Definitely school dance appropriate.
Yeah. So I started off there, and you know I was okay with that. I was totally fine. Like I had the music that I wanted to play, but you know the crowd wasn't there for that. You know they're there celebrating, having a good time. So like I didn't mind doing it. Like you know, I guess like just like sacrificing my taste for a wedding, but you know it was fun. I had fun just playing. You know, like every gig was like I got so excited, and I still do today. But I mean, back then it was like I would get excited for a wedding or for like a quinceanera or like a bar mitzvah. It was exciting back then. I mean, I was only 16, but then I kind of grew up and then got into the bar scene at like 19 and just did some bars here and there, and that's when I actually got to express like myself through the music that I actually enjoyed listening to.
Cool. Who was your biggest influence? Who's your favorite rapper, I guess? I guess I'll just cut to the chase and ask who your favorite rapper was during this time.
Man, it's hard to say. I guess early on, like when I was like really young, my favorite rapper was Will Smith.
Will Smith?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, that's young though.
Yeah. That was way back when. I had the weirdest taste in music. Like it started off with like Space Jam, went through like NSYNC, Linkin Park, and then randomly listened to Depeche Mode at some point, and then Rammstein. So anytime like I get asked like stuff that I used to listen to, it doesn't make any sense at all. It was just
Totally.
random.
It's an evolution.
Yeah, from NSYNC to 2 Chainz, I guess.
So how would you describe the music that you create now, but also the music that your musical taste? Because those are two different things, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I've always loved the energy of EDM, and I really like how it gets people hyped, and it's just loud and like you just want to dance. That's like what really inspired me to start making EDM. And I've always been about hip hop. So I really love listening to hip hop in my free time. That's like all I listen to is hip hop.
Okay.
And like kind of combining them together has always been like my goal. And it's like the most fun thing for me is just to combine the two worlds into one thing.
Definitely. Cool. I think your music portrays that.
Yeah.
Well, so then let's move past 16. What about when you were going the college years? Can you brief me on that time period? And
yeah, I was just like meeting random people in San Antonio and trying to work with as much as I had in front of me. And like, you know, there was limited resources, but I met some like of the people that like I trust the most. Like my best friends I met during that time, like when I actually started going out and like actually started being part of a scene. Yeah, and I still am friends with them to this day. And I mean that's also where I got some of the pizza stuff, like Ghost Pizza. Shout out Ghost Pizza.
Yeah.
For life.
Mm.
Like
Cool.
We're all a Texas squad, Texas fam, and yeah. And then after that, like I started getting booked at all these festivals, and it just kind of just blew up from there.
So where'd you go to school?
I went to community college in San Antonio.
But then what about the transition from school to where you are now?
Yeah, I had to drop out because the gigs kept picking up, and school was the last thing I quit. I tried to quit. I quit my job first because I was making enough money DJing, but then eventually it's just like the grades weren't cutting it, and you know, I had to make sacrifices, and it was a really hard decision because I know my family really wanted me to you know, get an education and I would be the first person on my mom's side to get a college education, and you know, so I really didn't want to quit school, but it just got so crazy that I had to, and yeah, I'd say it's worth it, but
I think so now. I think in retrospect, but was it pretty difficult to make that? Was it a long time coming that you were trying to figure out if that was the right decision to make?
yeah, for sure. It was a struggle. Like I said, I really wanted to, for myself and for my family, but I guess I knew what I want. I've always known what I wanted to do, and um, college was a backup plan, if anything, and a good backup plan. And I was fine with doing that. Like I didn't think I was going to be the best at like soccer, and I had to quit that, even though I was really good at that. Like I have sometimes you just have to give up stuff, even though you've been like you put all your time into it. Like because I've been playing soccer since I was like 4, and then I had to quit in high school to do band, and that's actually where I learned a lot of music stuff, was like through band in high school. And like quitting soccer was really hard. Like I still miss it to this day. Like anytime there's like a soccer ball around, I kind of like freak out and like start like juggling and stuff, and like it just feels good, and I really miss that. But you know, it was just one of those sacrifices like I have to deal with now, but I still miss it.
Well, that's cool. I hope you continue to experiment with having that in your life a little bit still. That's
Yeah,
really cool.
I got some friends that do indoor soccer, so I'm trying to join a league. But
Yeah. Well, I think sacrifice is a big thing that everyone has to deal with, and especially at a young age. Choosing the college age time period is like when you have to make a lot of those, and there's not one path for everyone. So I think it's pretty inspirational that
yeah, there's so many things you can do with your life, and it's hard to figure out. That's the hardest thing in life, is to like figure out what you're supposed to do, and you know, you can't put all your eggs into one basket. You know, just try as much as you can and figure it out on your own, and whatever works, you know, whatever's clever.
Whatever's clever. Do you have any other advice that's as catchy as that?
That's all I got. That's it.
Clever. Okay, well, going off that, I mean, there is a lot of pressure on you still, even past this point. There's a lot of pressure. Just you're 24, and that's a young age. So as a young person, you've encountered success, but then also as an artist, you have as well. So those are two different weights on your shoulders, I guess. But what do you find what's your biggest struggle that you find?
Struggle is right at the moment is finding time to work, being on the road and traveling as much as I do. Although I do produce everything on my laptop, I've just gotten used to making beats like on my headphones and earplugs, like while on the plane, even though I sleep on the plane most of the time. That's like when I get to catch up on sleep, actually. But yeah, the biggest struggle is thinking about music and putting out music and like putting in time into tracks. Like I put so much time into the songs that I make that it almost takes away sometimes, and that's like the hardest part. And it's just creating music and putting it out there for people to, like, you know, to critique. And even though I shouldn't worry about that, that's always in the back of my mind, and that's like sometimes the hardest part is like, is this good enough? Like me sitting in front of my computer for like a week straight, like just fixing things, just hoping it's good enough. But that's fun, you know. It's fun making the best thing you possibly can and putting in that time. So it's like it's a balance of fun and fear, like of putting stuff out there for people to just tear apart. But I don't know, I like it, so I'm doing it as a job. I can't complain.
Yeah. I feel like your expectations might be, do you think they're higher than those around you?
Yeah, higher than most for sure. But there's still people who have higher expectations than that. Because like even when I was just starting out, it was crazy. People were like comparing me to Skrillex, which I thought was ridiculous, and I can't believe like people would do that. But what people do is that they see a link on the internet, and that link is next to like something just as big as Skrillex or Diplo, and it's just they compare them automatically without even thinking about it. It's not their fault, but I mean, I end up getting compared to that, and of course, I'm not as good as that. But I try. I want to be as good as that, and yeah, like I said, I'll always try to be that good. But I'm literally just some kid in his bedroom still making music.
In his bedroom and on the plane.
And on the plane now, yeah.
It's difficult, I bet. Like, you're in the studio now, right?
Yeah, I'm in my home studio right now.
Where is your home base? Is in Texas still?
Mm-hmm. Austin.
So you get to listen to the music in its true integrity right now, right?
Yeah. I was actually just mastering a beat for my homies. I got the whole Slice Gang crew's downstairs right now. I don't know if you can hear them, but they're jamming on the CDJs right now.
Amazing. No, I can't, unfortunately.
Oh, you can't?
I don't think so. I can't, but maybe others can. That's cool though. You're gonna join the party afterward.
Yep.
Cool. Well, is it difficult to meet the expectations that you have without compromising like your art craft versus like the industry expectations you have of yourself, becoming a big name like Diplo?
Like, are you comparing myself to bigger names, or what do you mean exactly?
I just said that in a really big circle, so I guess I just mean your craft. Is it hard to get around doing what you want to do because it's how you feel and it's like you're putting your soul into it? Do you have to compromise that at all?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks going into a track like hoping like it'll be the next big thing, and like you're trying to create something new, I guess, and groundbreaking. But yeah, the pressure of that is always on me, because I feel like with the small amount of tracks that I have put out, every time I have put out a track, it's been like completely different and like something bigger than the last, and so that's like pressure that I've applied to myself. And yeah, it is difficult doing that because with EDM, like genres change like within the next like 3 months. There's something new, and it's trying to stay on top of it. That's like the hardest part, and trying to stay up with the new sounds and like the new techniques for like mastering and all that stuff. It all like is like in the back of your mind, I guess, when you're working in the studio, and you don't really think about it, but you're always trying to make the best thing possible. So yeah, those things definitely come into play when I'm working.
How important is it, do you think, to like foresee the trends that are upcoming?
Oh yeah, it's super hard.
Do you use that information when you're creating songs, or do you like ignore that?
No, I like to listen to what's new. Like that's fun. Like adding something, a new sound that someone's created in the middle of Russia, or like someone in the Netherlands just started using this synth. Like it's fun to keep up with that. That's what's fun about EDM. Like, yeah, I don't want to follow trends, but if someone's doing something cool and it sounds fun, then I don't know. That's all that matters to me. As long as it's fun, as long as I'm having fun.
Cool. So you don't get too caught up in comparing yourself to these other artists, besides when it's Skrillex's link next to yours. Do you compare yourself to people of your own caliber, if you're not in the same league.
Yeah.
Your words, not mine.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Like, yeah, I guess so. Well, wait, yeah, you're gonna have to ask that again. I'm confused.
Sorry, I said, do you compare yourself to other artists? Do you let yourself do that? Is that something that like unfortunately happens, or do you like not even go there?
Man, it's hard to say. I don't know. I think I forgot. I think I was watching like a TED Talk or like some type of interview, but someone said like you can copy someone, but that's still almost original because you're copying someone else and being you. And if that's like who you are, if your interpretation of them is what it is or whatever it is, it's like that's what you are. Because I mean, you could be copying like I forgot what the example was. Sorry for recalling it.
No, I think that sounds profound because that's kind of just like the overall view of what art is.
Yeah, art is everything is copied. Like it's crazy to think, but like I mean, sometimes it could be more original than most, but like most of the time it's just like someone's version of something else, and that's growing. That's what the whole EDM community has always been about. It's like growing on top of the last thing, and like I think that's cool. Like I mean, at one point I was like copying sounds from I would say like Dr. Pete or Flux Pavilion. Like I really like high pitched sounds and like dubstep, I guess. And you know, I didn't invent dubstep, but I kind of did my own version of what other people were doing, and then it's somehow like originally me, I guess. So I totally think it's okay to copy or just like at least be influenced by people, you know, look up to people and do your best interpretation of what they're doing, and that's original in itself.
Cool. Who inspires you?
Who inspires me? Well, at one point Bear Grylls really inspired me. Not the DJs. I mean, they inspire me too, but the actual Bear Grylls who goes out into the middle of nowhere. That's pretty awesome.
What is it? What is that?
Oh, he's like a wilderness expert. I was in Boy Scouts for like a year.
I know, but okay, so tell me, because I don't know that.
Yeah, he goes out into the middle of nowhere and just tries to survive. And I just think that's crazy. I think pushing the human body to the limits is always inspiring. Like I also get super inspired by the Spurs since I'm from San Antonio, and the fact that like Tim Duncan is still in the league and 38 something years old is you know, that's super inspiring. Like I think when the Spurs won was like one of the most emotional times of my life. Like all the times they've won, even when I was a kid, like growing up, seeing that with my dad, like when they were holding the trophy going down the river, like that's always been inspiring. Just how like
cool.
They push themselves. Anyone who pushes themselves to the limits is super inspiring. Like I don't like just I can get inspired from anything. I can get inspired from the back of a cereal box. Like it doesn't really matter. Like everything inspires me, but those people especially, Bear Grylls, Tim Duncan, David Robinson, you know, athletes.
That's awesome. That's like a really good answer. What about closer around you? What's your support system like?
My friends are definitely my biggest support system. Like the more chances I get to hang out with them and like brainstorm, like the more creative juices get flowing in my head. It's like, wow, we do every Tuesday here in Austin, like just like a basic party that just has like good music, drinks, and just hanging out. And like before and after the show, like we all are like at my house, like just like trying to think of new ideas and like working on stuff. Like we got videographers, rappers, DJs from like all over Texas, and like we're just like collabing on as much as we possibly can and just trying to influence the scene. So like just my inner friend circle, like right now, has been like the biggest support system for me personally.
Very cool. Are they downstairs? Is that them?
Yeah, that's them right now. I got Young Nation in the house right now. We just we're mastering a track right now. and Zeke and Zoid. They're from San Antonio. They're just like young, up and coming DJs, producers, and I got my creative genius friend Dos, who and he actually threw parties back in like '09 in the Valley, which inspired me to start like being an EDM type DJ because I went to his parties, and he's younger than me, and he was throwing parties with like 2,000 people and getting the cops to show up, and I was like, oh cool, I want to play that party, and he's living in Austin now, just like we're just brainstorming and coming up with cool ideas, and yeah, it's like a whole family now.
Is the Valley in Texas, or are you talking about in California?
In Texas, yeah, the Valley, like South Texas.
Cool. Texas is like a continent, so there's
yeah,
like
it really is. A lot of people say that. It's funny.
It's just really large, like it just is.
Yeah, people, I forgot who, but someone's like, I'm not going to be surprised if Texas just like one day is just like, fuck it, we're a continent now.
Yeah, I think I've seen that too, like memes of them breaking off.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's definitely a southern state, but when people come here, it's not as southern as you think. Like, not everyone's wearing cowboy hats, that's for sure. And not everyone has like an accent.
Does that have to do with you being in Austin and like centrally located? I mean, South by Southwest and the art scene in Austin is just really talked about.
Yeah, there's a great music scene in Austin. I love it. It seems really cultured, and like, I think one of the requirements to like living in Austin is that you have to have like good taste, whether it comes to music, movies, or like even food. Like the food here is A1. Hey, what's up? Shout out Young Nation.
What's in your hand?
Oh, okay. Jack Daniels, just a little, turn up.
A little party favor.
Yeah, you can have it. I don't really drink liquor that much, but.
Oh, was I supposed to have it?
I don't care. I don't know where that came from.
You want something for warmer?
No, I'm fine. Hey, show him the shirt. Look at the shirt though.
We repping.
Woo! Cool.
All right, bro.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. I guess he's turning up, midday turn up. Or no, it's 7. It's 7 already.
Oh, I do notice that it's Wednesday. Does this mean that your party took place, you played last night?
Yeah, we're all last night, and everybody just crashed in my house, and we've been awake all day just working.
And people show up. Do you play at the same venue every Tuesday?
Yeah, down on 6th Street, which is like the party spot, I guess, in Austin.
So do you have regulars that you notice? Like, what's your connection with your fans? What's that relationship like? Yeah,
there's definitely regulars there. And what's cool about 6th Street in Austin is that it's where like just random people go down, even if you don't know what's happening. Like you just go to 6th Street just to hang out, like bar hop and stuff. And so we get people from all over the world just like randomly stumbling in and like, oh, what's going on right now? And I like playing to crowds like that where they have no idea what's happening, but I mean, they just start dancing anyways.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Yeah, that's very cool. Do you have anything else in store for your fans?
Yeah, we are announcing the tour pretty much all this week. Dates are up.
Okay, adding dates and stuff.
Yeah. It's getting announced in a lot of different markets right now.
Who will be on the tour?
Young Nation. You just saw him fully.
We saw from the neck down. So.
Oh yeah. He's camera shy, I guess. I don't know.
Or tall.
Yeah, always tall. Yeah. But he's gonna be there with B Reed, and then Zeke and Zoid, my homies. It's just basically taking our Tuesday party on the road.
Cool. That sounds like the perfect thing to do. Everyone wins. Sounds like a lot of fun.
I'm just trying to have fun.
That's totally. Cool. So that's what's coming up. Anything else coming up that you want to mention?
Yeah.
Those shirts for sale?
Yeah, they're going to be on sale on the tour.
Cool.
Yeah, lots of shirts. Trying to drop this mixtape with Young Nation right now in the next couple weeks. We just finished up a couple tracks. I'm basically starting to write a lot more hip hop now because I just know so many rappers in Texas and they're all super talented. They just need beats. So I'm trying to be the dude that comes in and starts writing, you know, their albums, producing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. Good for you. Okay, one huge last question. How are you going to change the world?
I'm going to change the world.
Yeah.
One slice at a time.
Oh, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Cool.
What
Okay.
about you? How are you going to change the world?
How am I going to change the world? I'm gonna, well, I don't have a phrase like you. One
What's your favorite
step
food?
in my step at a time. I don't know. I was trying to think of something. My favorite food. I don't know. What's your favorite food? I'm like,
Pizza. I don't know, but
do you have a really good pizza spot in Austin?
oh yeah, there's a lot of good pizza spots in Austin. Like I said, like Austin has good taste, but there's also really good taco trucks. So I go to a lot of taco spots here.
Same, LA.
Yeah.
Is this gonna be right? I don't know if it's the right way, so I'm gonna do it sideways. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's do a question from social media now.
Okie dokie.
Okay, this is gonna be good. Because it's episode 19, so they're all gonna be good. Okay. You have a hype man on stage with you during your sets. Do you plan to continue to have a hype man throughout your career?
No, we take him on and off some shows. Some shows, it just makes sense to have him up there because I feel like he hypes up the crowd. And but we definitely planned some tours where he wasn't there. It's kind of it's situational, you know. He's one of my best friends. I met him, like I said, when I was 19, like doing random shows in San Antonio at like really tiny bars. He played with me at my first show ever, actually, and I don't know. We've always kind of connected, and he's like one of my biggest inspirations as well. Like the energy he brings, he brought that to his show when there was like maybe like 10 people in front of us. He was literally standing on top of bar stools, like screaming at the top of his lungs, and like just like creating that party vibe. And you know, I love having him out there. When I do club shows, I don't usually have him out because it doesn't make as much sense. Like usually a stage performance thing.
Cool. Okay. What about? Let's see. Do you still play Chain Hang Low at shows? And is that the one that gets people most hyped?
Yeah, Chain Hang Low.
Can you put something on me, or do I have to do it?
Oh no, I think I can do it. Yeah, Chain Hang Low goes off still. I'm ready. And I still play it. I don't know that. I spent so long making that song that I feel like I have to play it just because it took so long. I was like, oh, let's see. I don't know if I can do it. I'm trying. But yeah, Chain Hang Low definitely gets my biggest response still to this day. And I don't mind playing it still as long as it makes people happy. And, you know, that's all I really care to do is make some other people happy. It makes me happy seeing people happy. So
cool. And then I love pizza. How do I make it into the slice gang, bro?
Well, all you got to do is, you know, commit to the slice life. And there's no official initiation yet, but we have VIP packages for the Slice Gang tour.
Okay.
So you're more than welcome to purchase them if you would like. You get a free T-shirt, a free styrofoam claw thingy, and we get to hang out and have a pizza party. So that'll be fun.
Fun. Very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another one. Okay. This one's good. What equipment and software would you recommend for a new beginner getting into making trap music?
Well, if you're trying to start out, I would just get.
That was very Texas of you.
Yeah. The basics is, I mean, all you need is like a laptop. So as long as you got your computer, software I would suggest is like maybe Fruity Loops. It's a good place to start. I feel like people can pick up Fruity Loops a little better than most. Like I use Ableton personally.
Yeah.
But a lot of people can't figure out the learning curve for that. So it kind of like throws them off. It's mostly about whatever feels comfortable to you. Like if you're comfortable like using this type of software as opposed to the other type, then you might as well go with the one you're comfortable with and just like open it up. And if it feels natural to you, go with it. Cause they all pretty much do the same thing. Like everyone uses different things. They all, you know, end up with the same result. It's just whatever like is least scary when you first open it up. Cause I literally would open up Ableton and just like look at it and then get too scared and close it for like a year straight. So that happens, but whatever feels good to you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's it. Do you have announcements you want to get out there? You want to get downstairs with your friends and like.
I'm pregnant.
This. You're pregnant.
No, I'm not.
What is this?
No, I'm not.
We'll see. We'll be able to tell on.
I have food baby from eating all the pizzas.
What's your favorite toppings? What are they?
I like pepperoni and pineapple a lot.
Not Canadian ham? Bacon?
I like it all, honestly. Like I'm not picky, but I don't like anchovies. But my MC, Cool, he really likes anchovies, and I am not about that life.
We need to hang out, me and him.
Yeah. See, some people love it, and I can't do it.
Most people I feel don't. This is like a hidden thing that I'm like obsessed with.
Yeah.
I just like salty things.
Yeah. So there's that. There's always that. But I can't hang. I can do Supreme. I can do
Supreme.
Everything else, but I don't know.
Cool. What's your motto again? Let's close with that.
All right. I want to change the world one slice at a time.
Woo! Is that on a shirt yet?
I should put that. We're starting the new trend right now. #Slice Girls. You can be the third member of Slice Girls.
Because who are the first two?
Jade and Jess.
Okay.
They're my homies from Colorado.
Cool. Shout out to them.
They're starting the movement. I mean, it's open invitation. So Slice Girls Unite.
Slice Girls. #Slice Girls. Yeah. That's cool. I think that'll be like, this is the start.
Yeah.
Take off.
Yep. Okay. Exactly. And you're anchovy slice. That's what you are. I
already have a name. Hell yeah. Kind of. I feel like that like sucks for me, but whatever.
I mean, you're original.
It's my interpretation of your friend. It's like a cycle of what we already just talked about. Perfect.
Make it you. You got this. No, yeah, Slice Girls Nation for sure.
Okay, cool. I'm excited to see that progress then. On tour, I think that'll be really cool.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Cool. Okay, well, thanks for being so open and like talking about so much. And
thanks for letting me hang out.
Okay, so everyone can catch the next episode of Aspire to Inspire will be Wednesday, August 19th. So tune in for that. With Tritonal is the guest.
Hey, Austin.
Yeah.
They're from Austin as well.
Texas Throwed. What is
Texas
that?
On the map.
Texas Throwed, because it's in A$AP Rocky says it in M's, so is that like a thing?
It's just getting throwed in Texas, you know, with the dirty Sprite.
Cool. All right, I'll add that to the Rap Genius page then.
Nice.
Okay, cool. Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.